Okay, I'm about to start some addition, going from the ones to the tens, and yeah, this is for a disabled person, and I just want to say in general, physically, a lot of adults are really bad at teaching, so they might initially think every child can get this just by looking at this, but if the kid hasn't learned to count from through 10 or 1 through 100, then they're not going to understand this most likely until they understand basic counting. And okay, and yeah, well, yeah, and if you're a kid and if you're trying to learn and your parents a horrible teacher, um you shouldn't try to look cool or popular if you have to learn this off the sneak. And my techniques help you memorize it, then learn it off the sneak and don't tell anybody about it and study it in secret. Once again, for like parents or people in general, I know particularly in the African American community, they like to romanticize like hitting and asking somebody how to do something and just repeating the problem instead of actually explaining it. It's very romanticized, and that's actually an incredibly horrible way to teach, especially for disabled people, and that ends up getting like foster kids or disabled kids abused a lot. So yeah, if you're in that particular situation, if you have to go behind the scenes and study this, like slavery times when slaves had to study and read library cards behind the scenes, then you got to do what you got to do. Uh, do what you got to do to survive and learn this stuff. The repetition thing, it's a good thing for memory, like for particularly for disabled people because they don't have the same mental capacity as other people. But repetition is how you're supposed to learn in general. But um, uh, there's a whole like story to that. I think I'll explain that. But a lot of people like to just say things once and try to memorize it, and it's bad. Historically, that actually came from over what do you call it? Consolidation. Kings got stuff over explained to them, and they were honestly like babies, and they wanted everybody to randomly be like the best person ever. And through teaching over time, instead of teachers literally the physical word teaching in a way that everybody understands it, they taught it in a way that nobody understands. So that's something that's thought to be a really smart tradition, but in reality, it was caused because a bunch of aristocrats completely ruined teaching for everybody, and that's the real history behind that. So repetition is actually the best way to learn. Oh, yeah, I have plenty of time. But yeah, yeah, if you're disabled or if you're a regular person and you never learned how to properly study, or something like that, then this playlist can help you out. But yeah, back to the general. I'm making this for a disabled person that already went through the 1 through 100 counting system, and I'm basically explaining multiplication and division to them. So if you have a kid or whatever and they're learning this, this is a good playlist and stuff. And if you're a kid trying to survive and you can't stand learning from your parents, or there's a whole bunch of bully adults around you, just study this off the sneak. Absolutely. Or if you got siblings that might like laugh and join in, definitely study this on the sneak. Off the sneak means study this secretly and sneak study it. So yeah. All right, that's it. I'm about to start the playlist in the next video. This is just in general. I might put this in like every video I put for like disabled people or something like that. So yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't really care. All right, cool. I care about disabled people, but not about public opinion.